Welcome to the show, folks. If you don't know me, my name is Mike Asherbranner, affectionately known as the Redneck Connector and proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business community. And you are tuning in to Mike King Biz Radio on ESPN 106.1 FM RVA. Wow, folks, I say this every week because it's daggum true. You're in for a special treat with our guest today. Listen, in a world that glorifies hustle, and this lady knows about real power, and it's in slowing down. No one knows that better than Cynthia Fluck. She's a former Navy pilot, corporate strategist, and now holistic transformation practitioner. All right. So after years of flying helicopters in Japan, closing international deals, and building a top real estate business, Cynthia's mind and body uh, tent hit a wall. Right. She crashed into the wall with her mind and body. What felt like burnout became the greatest breakthrough, and what she's discovered changed everything. So we're going to open up that so you guys can take this away because we all know it's holiday season and it gets a little bit more hectic. So take a pen and paper, get some notes, prepare to have some fun. She's one of the most down to earth people. We love having her in the Hounds of Business, and this is going to be extraordinarily beneficial, folks. So let's get this party started. Love you being here. Thank you for tuning in. Hounds, you're already showing up. You know, hey, every day's a holiday with us, folks. You ready?
Looks like your business might be in a bit of a pickle. Don't you worry about a thing. You ain't alone in this. You're just a success story waiting to happen. Trust me on that. Every bump in the road is just an opportunity wearing a clever disguise. Welcome to the Hounds of Business community, where we don't just sit around twiddling our thumbs. Nope. We turn those obstacles into mighty fine stepping stones. This here's a place where high-level entrepreneurs and sharp professionals gather to grow their businesses and mindsets, kind of like how a good old gumbo needs the right ingredients to be something special. Ideas thrive here, and collaborations, well, they're as natural as sweet tea on a hot day. Success, it's a journey, and we're fixing to walk that road right beside you. Now, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest tips and insights. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that'll keep you ahead of the game. And while you're at it, head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a treasure trove of videos, from expert interviews to webinars, everything you need to stay sharp in this fast-moving world of business. The Hounds of Business community? Well, we ain't just a network, we're a movement. So why not come on and be part of something bigger? Join us today and let's turn your business journey into a real Southern success story. Together, we'll achieve greatness, just like crawfish and singing on a Friday night.
All right, folks. Well, let's bring up this amazing lady and beloved hound, Cynthia Flux, and find out if she knows about crawfish and singing on a Friday night. I bet she does. You've been everywhere. So how are you, my friend? How are you feeling today?
I'm doing awesome. I'm so happy to be here. I don't know how I'm going to keep everything I have to say in our short time frame.
That's okay, because, hey, shameless plug. We're going to be doing holiday specials, holiday rescue tips. So the HOB Live, we're going to be posting that all over LinkedIn and YouTube, folks. So find us on YouTube, Hounds of Business. You won't miss a thing because we're busy people. And the holidays, boy, that's the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of us, right? So this is going to be a great, great dialogue. And thank you, Hounds. They're coming out in droves, man. This is so much fun. So let's get started. Let's talk about you, because that's why we're here. So again, it's phenomenal. Thank you for your service, right? You've flown helicopters, again, led corporate deals across the world, built successful businesses. Why did, or what did high performance mean to you back then? And how has it changed, right? How did you realize that your definition of high performance wasn't sustainable?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's a really long story, but we'll try and keep it truncated and short. Basically,
it's a good one.
Yeah, I was raised in a very highly disciplinarian environment. My father was in the military, like all kinds of uncles and my brother all in the military. And my dad used to inspect my bedroom with white gloves, like a military inspection. I mean, it was rough. Of course, a typical Freudian childhood, right? And wanted to please my father, who could never be pleased. And everything was all about perfection. Growing up through high school, going to the Naval Academy, majored in physics, became a pilot to follow my dad's footsteps. And it's all about like the physical world, the Newtonian world, like towing the line, following instructions, following rules, making sure you do everything perfectly. It's all about performance, work harder, work longer, be the first one into the office and the last one out. all of that stuff. And to me, then, that the success was being recognized as being a really hard worker, right? Really
Right.
hard worker. And it's just all about the grind. And going from the military, and then working for a defense contractor, and then going into real estate business, it's just work, work, work. And what really happened is as I tried to work harder and grow bigger and bigger business with real estate, I realized I had zero boundaries, right? I was tethered to my phone 24/7, 7 days a week, 365. It was just phone calls. Like, you had to be at people's beck and call. You had to answer your phone every time. And next thing I knew, I was depleted. I had no energy. I was getting sick all the time. I had huge anxiety and depression issues. My kids were growing up and I was missing all of it. Vacations, there was no such thing as a vacation. We'd go out of town on vacation and I'd be in the other room closing deals most of the time while my family was enjoying rest. And, at some point I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, my life is passing me by. I have no
Thank
health
you.
left.
Thank you for sharing that. I know you're not. We think we're the only ones. We're weak, and
Yeah.
we got judgments, societal pressures, and we sit around and go, oh well, we got to pull up by our bootstraps, right? Because when you work with farmers when you're in 7th grade, like I did,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. That grind, grind, grind. Because if you
Yeah.
don't grind, you don't get to eat, kind of thing. So it's not bad. It's just saying it's okay not to be okay, right? Like it really
Yeah.
is. Other people are just better at hiding it than we are. Like,
Yeah.
they struggle too. Have you found that to be the case? I mean, through experience.
Absolutely. I mean, it's almost expected here in the States. When I was in the military, I lived over in Japan and Italy, and especially in Italy, like, work is such an afterthought. And I just saw people, the Americans got really, really frustrated because we didn't want to get things done. And the Italians would be like, oh, domani, dopo domani, we'll get it done when we get to it. They'd shut
Right.
down their office at 2 p.m. and go have a cafe and drink a glass of wine with their family and take a nap, and maybe they'd come back to the work that day, maybe not. They didn't care,
Right.
and then moving back to the States, it's like there's none of that. It's all about the go and the stress, and it's just, you're surrounded by that high test energy all the time. And people just don't understand there's another way.
Well, and we're going to get into that. And
Yeah.
I read somewhere where Bhutan, right? They have, like, gross domestic product. They have gross domestic happiness meter, right? And we're not going to get there, but I like the concept. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a good economy, but where's the happiness at, right? Where's the harmony?
There's no
And
joy.
oh yeah, and April Wyatt, she said, thank you for your service and sacrifice, and she is a proud military mom and wife. So
Yes, I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
She and I
absolutely.
were in Japan at the same time.
Oh, I know. That's how
Her
crazy is.
husband was in my husband's squadron.
That's a small world, and then you
I
get
know.
then you get connected again by a dude with a camo hat. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
So let's drop it in there. Let's get people going through. Um, there's a certain mindset for high achievers, right?
Mhm.
Because you can't. It's hard. You can't have your cake and eat it too, right? We hear about, like, Michael Phelps and the sacrifices. Missing prom, Michael Jordan, right? So there is something to the push harder mentality. But when did you first see that approach was incomplete, or it stopped working for you, or it didn't take you all the way?
Yeah, I just realized it was unsustainable. Like, my life was passing me by. My family was growing up. My kids were growing up. I had no time to myself. I was burning out. It was just, I was making a lot of money, but that didn't help anything because I couldn't go on vacation. I couldn't do anything with it. I hit a wall where something had to give. Yeah,
Yeah.
something had to give.
And that's what I mean. This is why it's fun, because I don't want to spend hours upon hours researching this science and coming up with solutions. That's why I talk to you, right? Like, that's why
Yeah.
people hire you, because you know what I learned, in the way you learned, probably the hard way it sounds, that amateurs do things alone continuously, right?
Mhm.
Any elite person, Arthur, whatever it may be, they have multiple coaches, right? They had guides. And that's why I love what you do, because you're not here just to make money on a business. You're taking what you've experienced and you've made it easy to follow so other people can accelerate that. They can find their happy and their harmony in the chaos
Yeah.
faster, right? Compress the time frames.
Yeah.
Well,
Learn from my mistakes.
yeah, because you drove like me. We drove off the cliff 15,000 times, and we don't want other people to do it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this a little bit. All right, because there's science behind this. A lot of people,
Mhm.
including me, I'll be honest, I'm not proud of it, but it was like, oh, that's woo woo, that's evasive, that's elusive, whatever. But when you actually look behind science, psychology, biology, it's grounded. And so that got my attention. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
okay. And then it worked. Imagine that. So, and your thing is you talk about aligning physiology, right? Mindset and energy. It's not just one, it's a combo, it's a hybrid. So, for folks may hear this for the first time. What does that actually mean? So, explain that to us and why it matters and how it can help
Yeah,
us in our
sure.
endeavors.
So before I go into the science, I mean, you want me to tell you how I kind of transitioned? Because I transitioned before
Please,
I understood why it worked.
please.
So
People are
yeah,
wanting to know.
so I mean, basically, I was so go go go, right? And I decided to force myself to slow down to get my life back. So I scheduled 4 hours a week at different times for massages and taking walks and going to the chiropractor, whatever else, right? And I scheduled them as meeting blocks. And if someone called me, I said, sorry, I have an appointment. I didn't tell them what it was for, but
Right.
it was for me. For the first 3 months of doing that, I felt so incredibly guilty.
Me too.
Like I was being lazy, right? I was being lazy. I wasn't going to make money, but I created boundaries for myself. Like I'm not going to take calls after certain hours. I'm not taking calls on the weekends. I'm going to tell all of my clients like, hey, you know what? If you call me between these hours or on the weekends, I will get back to you Monday or tomorrow, right? And I started doing that, and some people got really pissed off. Some people
Yeah.
started like I started losing people, losing clients. But here's the thing, I lost all the right ones. I lost the
Oh,
ones that didn't care about me. He didn't see me as a person. And I kept the ones that did see me as a person. And I was, instead of chasing people, all of a sudden when I did that and when I settled into the mentality of I have enough, I'm grateful for the people who I'm working with, and I really don't need more clients. My phone, I shit you not, started ringing off the hook. All of a sudden, I was someone that people wanted to work with. People started referring me more, like they started calling me more, and now I got to choose my clients. I didn't have to work with
yeah.
everyone that called me because I needed the money, right? And I was working half as much and making twice as much money.
I'm about to explode. Yes, absolutely. Anybody watching this thinking, oh no, you spelled out exactly. Oh, I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose that. It's like, no, you have to make room for the good things that are next. And as soon as I had the courage, because it wasn't confidence, it was absolute courage and desperation. When I said, no, I can't do this no more. And it was like, I got 9 appointments out of nowhere. Literally. I'm like, what just happened? Well, I lost this and newer people, right? People that were more aligned. It's amazing how that happens. It's not woo woo, it's intentional. It's
Right.
like, it's like, well, if I learn how to dance, well, I won't be able to dance. That's goofy. It's like if I work out, I won't get healthy. That's goofy, right? Like the laws apply to everyone. You just have to learn the laws and make them work for you, right? And
Yeah.
folks, you all relate to this. People in the comments, go at it because I know every one of y'all personally, and you all know this is like the realest thing ever. So before we move on, because I want to dive into the how tos, right? People want
Yeah.
to know that now that
Mhm.
they know where you're coming from, that you're the real deal. Let's jump in. But before we do, we got to give a shout out to the one and only Mike King of Mike King Biz Radio. Wow, this guy, our partnership, Mike King, we appreciate you. Is an understatement, my friend. Now we go international. We got people like Cynthia up here, and they love this guy so much that they put him on the jumbotron during the ball games. He pushes up his community. So together, man, we could do more faster. So thank you for the impact. Thank you for the radio, ESPN for the opportunity. And folks, listen, shameless plug. Don't do it alone. All right, building a business, doing something special, realizing your best self, man, that's hard work. And it's harder when you feel like you're isolated and alone, don't have resources, people, and support. And that's why we exist. We're not the only ones, but we are an option. You could be yourself, come in as is, and be transformed naturally, right? Do it yourself. And so find us on Hounds of Business on YouTube at Hounds of Business. You can find me, Mike Asherbranner, Redneck1 on LinkedIn, or send an old school carrier pigeon. Weather pending, I still take those. So we are back. If you're just tuning in, I want everybody to go to crescentholistic.com, crescentholistic.com. Find the resources. You know, Cynthia's not a saleswoman, y'all. She's a guide. She's a coach. She's someone that relate to you. So if you're serious, you want more information without the pitch slap with a P, pitch slap, that's where you go. She's got tons of resources for you to explore on your own. And if you want to reach out and have that convo, absolutely. All right. I had that convo with her, and that's why she's on the show. Enough said, right? So we've all heard this, but before we move into this, I got to know. We've heard the phrase slow down to speed up. What was remarkable about you is you lived it, right? Military and all these different things, societal expectations. So, what's one example where slowing down actually accelerated results? Because people out there want to know.
Yeah, it's what I told you. I mean, it's all about like setting boundaries, and really when you value yourself and your boundaries and your family above your work and the dollar signs, you're going to attract people into your business that value you as well and respect you. And those are the kinds of people we want to work with, for sure. But going back to your question about how physiology and mentality and all of that ties together, I eventually transitioned from real estate into holistic health because just health has always been my passion. But especially after I saw all of this working for me, I wanted to help it work for other people too. And I became certified in functional medicine as well. And it was very interesting. The perspective is that we are energetic beings having a physical experience, not the other way around. But what a lot of people don't understand is that our physical health is a form of energy too. Our thoughts are forms of energy. The food, the nutrients we put in our body are forms of energy. The people we surround ourselves with, everything, that's energy. That is energy right there.
Somebody tell David, it's not
that's
candy.
Energy. It's good energy. Yes. As long as it's organic. Anyway.
I showed an apple. I forgot. Folks on the radio, I showed an apple. That's what she's talking about. Go ahead.
Right. But when we talk about stress and the go, most people will relate that to our mentality, our thought process, our belief systems, and our perspectives. What a lot of people don't understand is that if our physiology is also under a lot of stress because of toxins or poor nutrients or whatever else, that can actually translate into our thought process as well. We have more microbial DNA in our body than we have human DNA. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Think about that for a second.
Dude, really?
Who is hosting whom? Yes. Okay. So, I mean, just the amount of microorganisms in our body, and those microorganisms have what we call an afferent connection to our brain, meaning 90% of the communication from those microorganisms go up to our brain, and only 10% of the communication goes from our brain back down to our microorganisms. So if we have an imbalanced digestive tract, imbalanced systems, if we have blocked nutrient absorption down there, if we have those bacteria that are out of balance are going to send signals to us that we need more sugar, we need more carbs. They're going to want to feed on the things that make them thrive, but that will also impact our emotional health and our neurotransmitters and our hormones, which can cause stress in itself. So it's not just about mindset. It's about the whole body. It's about the physical and the energetic.
So sometimes it's just we're putting the wrong gas in the gas tank. Is that the uneloquent redneck way to say it? Is that right?
Yeah.
You're like, I suck, but you don't suck. You're just not. There's some things you could do to accelerate, what you're trying to achieve, right? If you're feeling sluggish, it could be nutrition, not that you're lazy, right? And that's
even
what I love.
Depression and anxiety can be nutrition.
Right. It could be biological imbalance, hormonal. Who knows? And that's why you're here, because who knows? And you know where to point people. If it's beyond your pay scope or your area of expertise, it's like a doctor. It's like, okay, well, you need to go see a specialist. And but a lot of things you can tackle because you are very much multiverse licensed and experienced in this.
Yeah.
And that's
what holistic is. It's the whole person, body, mind, and soul. Right. And everything's connected. Specialist is like changing a filter on a car, but we're not cars. You can't separate the filters from the gas tank. It doesn't work. Now you froze on me, Mike.
You froze
Okay.
on me.
Oh, there you
Right? We
are. You're
froze on
back.
each other.
You're
We're
back.
back. Hey, the joys of live TV, right? So let's jump into it because we only got, oh gosh, I told you. So we got
You
about
know, it goes
7
so fast.
minutes. Oh, I told you. Right when everybody wants to get excited, we gotta close. But
Yeah.
all right, so let's go back because this is very important, especially during the holidays, right? Now we're taking on extra expectations, extra stress, and it
Hmm.
just really gets overwhelming, especially for professionals, right? And
Right.
women. There's a lot of women that are juggling business and families, and
Oh yeah.
now we got to do all this, right?
Yeah.
So stepping back, because when you said that, everything in me about exploded. When you said not feeling guilty or feeling guilty and doing it anyway. To go out there like April White is always on me, right? But take a walk, go see the scenery. I'm like, what? I got business to do, just like you said. But what I noticed was when I didn't do that, I just stared at the computer and frustrated myself. I wasn't productive anyway.
Hmm.
So what for folks out there listening, I know they're high achievers.
Yeah.
What's the mindset shift that helps them see rest as a business strategy, as a wise tool, not a weakness, and just implement? I said all Olympic athletes take time off before the Olympics. And if an Olympic gold medalist can take some time off, then that's wisdom, not laziness. So am I on the right track?
Yeah.
What's your
Well,
take on?
so here's the thing, like, our highest productive state, our highest state of creativity and alignment comes when we are in a relaxed parasympathetic nervous system state. And when we're stressed out physiologically or mentally or otherwise, we are in a very low level of thinking. We're not in flow, we're not connected. And so we're going to be constantly swimming upstream, right? I call those salmon days. You spend all day swimming upstream only to get screwed in the end. You
King
know, it's
salmon, right? Yeah, I've been there. Oh,
right. And if you find yourself fighting against things and constantly battling and not in flow, when you're in flow, when you're in a high state of mind and you really calm yourself down and take time to relax and get into flow, things are just going to start happening for you. Doors are going to open. It's going to feel natural. Like it's not going to be a fight. If you're in a constant state of fighting, you need to step away. Like I love the quote, everyone should meditate half an hour a day. And if you don't have time, then you should meditate for an hour. You know, because
right.
because when we're stressed out, like we're so unproductive. And it's always a struggle. That and just staying fully present right now. Past is gone, future hasn't happened yet. The only thing that exists is the present, staying present and remaining in a state of gratitude for what you have today and authenticity. Stop trying to be what everyone else wants you to be.
Okay,
Be
where were you
yourself. The
3 years
highest
ago?
vibration is authenticity.
Where were you 3 years ago? Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I had to learn this the hard way. And
Yeah.
folks, again, crescentholistic.com. Go plug in the resources. You don't even have to talk to her. Just go in there and look through stuff, right? Do your own thing. But I know there's so many people. And it's not just people struggling. Yeah, I have a lot of empathy. But as we've proven in and outside of the hounds of business, these are people that are willing to go out there, take on the insurmountable risk to go help other people by building a business, as hard as that is, so they can go and assist and help others that's dear to their heart, right? So if you faced homelessness, yeah, go build that business so you can build time, money, and freedom to help homeless people if that's what you want, right? So we're not just talking about making money and feeling good. We're talking about once that happens, wow, look out, because I've heard this and I love your input. And I got a question for you. But it shifted when everything that you're talking about that I dared to try. This is what happened, folks. So this is not woo woo. All right. I'm not, it's not because I'm valuable because I provide a service, right? It's because I'm intrinsically valuable and worthy. Now I produce great things. That's the shift. I'm not,
Yeah.
it's like, well, if I don't do anything, I'm not special. No, I am. But that's why we produce. And that I'm telling you, it's like, well, that makes all the difference because I was trying to prove to myself I was worthy. When I stopped that and I just wanted to go give value and be who I was, things started shifting. And
Yeah.
this is where your guidance comes into place. So, and you can't see the forest from the trees, right? And you could be the high powered CEO, but it's always nice to have an objective person to go, have you considered this? Can you reframe that? Someone to challenge you in a way that's going to help you do even more to make a bigger impact. And very few people qualify for that. But Cynthia, I've seen you do it. So let's end on this one. There's listeners out there, whether they admit it or not. I'll be the first one to admit it. They're exhausted and they're afraid to slow down because it is. Ask April. It's just, oh my goodness, like how's this going to work? But do it anyway. So what's one simple daily reset they can start doing today? Very simple that they can practice whether they feel weird about it or not, so they can see that it actually works.
Gosh, there are so many different things you can do.
Oh, I know.
Uh,
Pick, like kid in the candy shop. Pick one, right?
I know so many different things. Well, I'll tell you what. Every morning when you wake up, get a journal and spend 5 to 10 minutes writing about how your day that's coming went. Write about it as if it's already happened.
Oh, love it.
And do that every day. And if you want to add to that, write at night how your next day is going to go. And then in the morning. And just write about it as if it's already happened. And don't just write about it and then read it and visualize it with the intention that your day went that way and the emotions that you feel when your day goes that way. And watch how your day transforms in front of you.
Listen, all right. If anybody's doubting, I did too. But here's what happened. They call it manifesting. I thought that was a weird. And then I realized my second Bible, The Art of War, love the strategy of that. Win first, do business, in this case, second. It is not weird to say, now we're going to go through challenges. It's not going to be a magic bullet. However, hey, I expect to win. I expect more good things to happen. I expect that we can move forward toward our goal. I couldn't imagine Michael Jordan slam dunking and doubting himself every daggum time, or he wouldn't be scoring 50 points on a worst day. Is that what you're talking about? Like, dare to try it, right? Like a scientist, right? We're not, forget the outcomes. Just do it. Prove yourself right or prove it wrong. You're going to call the play. They can run the play. The proof's in the pudding. Am I missing something, or is there anything you want to add for our listeners? Because I know they're struggling with this, and
well, there's actually a lot of science behind why that works. And if we had another hour, I could really explain it. But it's all about changing your awareness and changing what you're noticing around you, and not and focusing on different things and perspectives. That's what it's about. But there's actually a part in our brain that controls that. So
it is because I can't control the amount of, let's say, for the sake of radio, dog poo that gets thrown at me every day. And it's a lot, right? And it's a lot for the people listening. But when I learned that, hey, instead of ducking and wishing it away, what if I learned to turn that dog poo into fertilizer? See, that's profitable. That's useful. And that's what you're doing, right? Is essence in the most uneloquent country way. But that's what you're doing. You're helping people tap into those things that oftentimes we think are shameful or not helpful or useful. And when you learn how to dial in and you learn more about yourself, biology, psychology, etc., you're in the driver's seat. You drive the bus doesn't drive you. Is that a fair assessment?
Absolutely. If you realize that you are always manifesting, whether you mean to or not, if you can manifest bad days, you can manifest good ones. It's just about being intentional.
There you go. You can make it worse or you can make it better, and you can get better.
We are completely sovereign beings, and we have the power to change how we live and to control our own domains and how we react to things outside of our domain. It's just about taking back that empowerment, that responsibility for yourself. Every good, bad part of yourself, dark and light.
It is
all beautiful.
Folks, we have the proof in the pudding. I mean, this is not just woo-woo. I mean, businesses have been grown, right? Rate of returns are documented. So, folks, if you're out there and you're on the fence, go check it out. Go to crescentholistic.com, Cynthia Fluck, and schedule that convo. Have a chat with her. I'll blow her up. She's going to have to hang up. I'll keep her for 10 hours, right? Hope she don't invoice me. But, Cynthia, thank you so much for tuning in. You're the real deal. We appreciate you and love having you in the pack, my friend.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And all the folks in the comments, Amy, Michelle, Miguel, good to see you, big dog. Nathan, he's got a big TV show coming up, so watch for that in the Hounds. And Royce Blake, I hope I didn't miss anybody, my goodness. Thank you all so much. So we'll tune in next week. We have a rock star lineup, Dr. Jay Joshi. You've probably seen him all over national news. He's doing impactful things, certified doctor, and he's making a difference where we need it the most. So we'll tune in next week. Have a great time. And thank you so much, Cynthia. Princess Wade. Be good.
Bye.
Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.